Learning to code can be difficult, dull, and time-consuming for some of us. This happens because we're forced to learn to code at work, school, or university, so we don't get to choose what programming language we learn or the projects we solve. But don't worry, in this video, I'm going to show you how to learn to code fast and even get a job. This is how I learned to code if I had to start over again. And I'll sum it up in 3 steps. Step 1. Start with an easy programming language. Regardless of why you're learning to code, you should pick an easy programming language to start off on the right foot. This doesn't mean we'll stick with this language forever, but use it to dive gently into the world of coding. And the perfect programming language for this is Python. No matter if you want to learn coding for your job or just for fun, if you learn it with an easy programming language like Python, the chances of giving up on coding will be less. Also, Python is very versatile, which means that you can do different tasks from creating websites to doing data analysis. It's important that this first programming language helps you master basic concepts such as data types, variables, operators, control flow, loops, functions, and more. And remember, once you master this first programming language, you can start learning any other programming language used at work or university. And believe me, learning another language is simple as long as you've clearly understood the core concepts of the first. Step 2. Automate stuff. When we learn something new, there's always that first excitement that keeps us going no matter what. But that excitement stage is short, and then we don't know what to do next. This is bad because we need to keep practicing in order to master our first programming language. Otherwise, we end up forgetting things. What most people do is apply what they've learned to the field they're interested in. This isn't a bad idea, but it could slow down your learning. This happens because there are some complex applications like AI or machine learning that are very difficult to implement with only coding, let alone when you're just learning the basics, so you end up frustrated. A better idea is to apply our knowledge to something easy yet useful for our lives. This helps us get a sense of achievement that keeps us going even when we reach a plateau. Automating our everyday tasks can easily provide this sense of achievement. For example, we can automate sending messages on WhatsApp, extracting tweets from Twitter, and swiping right on Tinder using a Python library called Selenium. This is a library that allows us to automate the web. So you only need to learn one library to automate most websites on the internet. And you can watch my tutorials to learn how to use Selenium on the description. Step 3. Develop a coding mindset by solving projects. Automating is cool, but you know what's better? Solving projects you're passionate about. That's what employers seek in candidates, especially if they don't have any work experience. Most people include in their resume well-known projects that they had to solve to finish a course or a program, but very few people include a personal project that isn't solved by others on the internet. At this stage, you're supposed to have a good understanding of your first programming language, so now you're able to use this knowledge to solve a personal project. But now you might be wondering, if there isn't a tutorial with a solution, what am I supposed to do if I get stuck? Well, the answer is simple, you have to Google it. This helps you develop a coding mindset. A coding mindset is what every coder needs to get their questions solved and bugs fixed. Whenever there is a roadblock, what a coder does is Google it, check Stack Overflow, ask another coder, or ask online on Discord. This is an important step because real-world problems don't have solutions that you can follow in a guide or a YouTube video. So if you try to solve real-world problems, you'll always find roadblocks. So you need to learn how to debug your code, best practices, and anything that helps you get the job done. So think of something you're passionate about and start a project using the programming language that you know best. And that's it. If you want to learn Python, consider getting my course Automate Your Life with Python, and don't forget to download the free Python automation cheat sheet in the description below.